So we're 4 months into President Trump's second term and the trade war that he's launched. We've had tariffs being raised to 145% on China, only to be brought back off. We've had reciprocal tariffs put on every nation on earth, only to be paused for 90 days. We've had a whole bunch of these ups and downs already just in 4 months, and this is the latest big development. A court in the US has ruled that the whole basis for many of these actions is unlawful. The Trump administration has used a bunch of different legal tools to impose tariffs over the years. This time around, when they imposed what they called reciprocal tariffs on pretty much every US trading partner in April, they used what was called the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The court has ruled that he can't use this Emergency Powers Act to impose tariffs on everyone because there isn't really an emergency. It oversteps his authority. The idea that he'll give up on the trade war and give up on tariffs seems very unlikely, so they definitely will press ahead. But it does make things just a little bit more difficult, and the broad authority that they had relied on to be able to do things, on a whim, if you like, with presidential power does seem a lot shakier now. This court ruling doesn't affect all of Trump's tariffs, it only affects some of them. So the court had said that the administration has 10 days to get rid of these tariffs, but the administration has said that they will appeal. And it seems possible, according to the experts that we've spoken to, that a higher court will let the tariffs stay in place while this moves through the appeals process. This ruling just adds to the uncertainty surrounding the trade war, makes it very difficult for businesses to know what to do. So we've had a lot of these ups and downs and reversals and escalations and de-escalations in the trade war so far, and it's only been a few months. Stock markets in Asia are mostly up. Stock futures in the United States are up. I think investors are taking the view that the prospects for economic growth have probably improved a little bit, if this means that trade tensions are going to slowly ease. But again, there's still a lot of uncertainty about what happens in the future. This could have an impact on trade negotiations, and it does raise a question: if you were a negotiator for those countries, why would you necessarily give anything away if at some point in the future a court decides that, in fact, this New York court was right and that the whole basis of this trade war was illegal, effectively. So it does raise a lot of questions about exactly what how these talks are going to proceed, and they've been going pretty slowly already. This court ruling is another big twist in the trade war, but you've got to remember we're only 4 months into President Trump's second term, so we have potentially years more of this uncertainty to come.